like that.
Cigar stamps.
But naturally, we are hunters, and we are going to hunt. I'm gonna hunt you. I'm gonna hunt you.
Yep.
I'm gonna hunt you. I'm gonna figure out what you.
Let me ask a question to you though. When she gets done. Okay. At what point have you asked that man that question though?
Oh wow.
But okay,
at what point?
So for me, I would say I asked that question when I started to see things are changing within a relationship.
Yep.
So now, if you start off like Jamal mentioned earlier, if you start off one way. Continue that way.
And the reason why I asked that question because you got to think about this right here. When you first ask a man, like a lot of women, this is where they mess up with that situation. They ask you that shit day one.
No.
No, and I'm not saying
I'm not asking you that.
Some women ask you that question day one, and at day one you don't have an answer for that.
You don't have an intent.
Okay, that's cool. I understand that part. But my question was directed to if we have been dealing with each other for a couple of months. Now we starting off as if we're a couple, but we don't have a title. But we're acting like a couple. Now I'm starting to see some things are changing. So now, it's not the fact that I have insecurities. It's not the fact that I'm feeling
It's what you're
insecure.
giving me.
It's
what
what you're feeding me. So now that you
changing.
stop doing what you're
So
doing,
I need to know what's up.
and I'm asking you, is there another female
So
involved?
you know what he's doing? Like we just said, he's trying to keep you around.
But
He already knows. He already knows that he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you.
No, it's understood that neither one of us wants to be in a relationship. But what I'm asking is, if I'm asking you as a woman to this guy that I'm dealing with, give me your full intent. Give me your full understanding. Because if you give me your full intent and your full understanding, I may be there with you. I just want you to be honest.
What did you just say though? Y'all both have already established that you don't.
But don't deceive me to get what you want.
You already figured out that you
That's what I'm saying. Because I've been on the same boat as you to give you exactly what you want.
But
don't deceive me to give you something.
You just said that y'all both don't want to be in a relationship. What else is it?
But still,
it's the
I was
clarification.
going to say,
What else is
I was
it?
going to say with Kima.
But still, you can say that you don't want to be in a relationship,
but
people will still give you that type of relationship vibe.
I might just go hard and pay for the woman that
Okay,
with it.
but if that's the case, if we both already said that we don't want to be in a relationship, we got that understanding.
I don't think your explanation when you tell me that you don't want to be in a relationship.
No. But at some point, first of all, we're all grown. Whenever you start to have sexual intercourse with a person, now you're soul tied. Now things are going to happen that you may not even want to happen in the very first place.
But here's the thing.
But if you start speaking and saying things to people, you got to be careful with that too. Because even though you don't want that, you can't say certain things to a person.
Here goes where you run into the problem with that, and I'm sorry. You just said in the beginning, we don't want to be in a relationship. Why do you want to change shit up 10 months, 12 months down the road?
But what I'm saying is that I may not be changing it up. He may have switched it up.
But that's the thing, as human, whether you're male or female, you got to ask for clarification.
But that's what I'm saying. I just asked for clarification, but instead of you giving me clarification, you won't give me the clarification I'm asking for.
But we just said that, of course, they start saying stuff. Don't say shit to me that you don't mean. Where we at? Why we talking about this?
Yep.
Against the boat. Are we in a relationship now?
Yep.
We've had a conversation.
But here goes where that fine line crosses though. When we done established in the beginning that I don't want a relationship, you don't want a relationship, and then you come hit me with the questions. What are we? What are our expectations?
Well, no.
If
you establish, no. That's not what we're saying.
What we need to do is as soon as she start asking questions, cut her ass off. Because what she
why would you cut her off?
No. Because no. I'm gonna be
That's
for real.
what happens.
Because what she wants.
That is what happens.
No. Because what she wants is not what you want.
Right.
Let me tell you something. something. Hold on, sir. You cannot sit back and say that because if you are 3,000% honest and you telling me, listen, I like you, I really do. But I'm also wanting to date other people because even though I like you, I'm not fully ready to go into that type of committed relationship. That's not going to break my heart. That's going to let me know how I in turn need to. If I choose to take that information of you just telling me that you like me, but you still want to date other people, that lets me know how I need to act.
But we leaving out a key part too that she made mention of. If they're saying that they're not in a relationship, but you can't be doing relationship stuff.
Shit.
Right.
That's the point.
All right,
But you might be the girl I like to go out with.
Okay.
What if is that's like part of your nature? What is that like part of your nature though? So let's say that you're just used to just doing this stuff, and it seems like relationship stuff, but that's just who you are.
Then you need to
But you
reprogram
gotta say
and
something.
regroup.
But see now, here's another key thing that I don't like men to do.
I sound like
If you already established the fact that you don't want to be in a relationship with this young lady, don't introduce her to your mama, your children, your granddaddy. See, now you're bringing other shit into it. So that's what I'm talking about. So if you don't want to be, if we established from gate, we don't want a relationship, but now you introduce a family,
And you bring
into
your
the
family
situation,
dynamic into
evidently,
it. I'm with you
you're
on
not
that.
really being honest with yourself, and you're not being honest with me.
So what about those who automatically out the gate, every time they find somebody who they're jumping up and down on, I feel like I got to go introduce them to my mama, my
Man,
dad.
I don't
Yep.
like
I don't play
that.
that.
Those are the ones that
I don't play that.
I don't like
Right,
that.
and
Because when something happens,
so if you
So
are
that's when you
confused,
stop and like, I ain't finna beat none of these.
right?
niggas.
Hold on.
I can only speak for myself. Everybody ain't me Miss Cheryl and everybody ain't me Miss Aiken.
Yep, everybody ain't me married, Charles.
And that's right there. Let me tell you something.
Play
We
that.
can be having these boyfriend vibes, as my guy say he like to say. If I ain't introduced you to them two main people in my life,
You ain't nobody.
you all understand that it ain't shit.
You have to
okay, and that's cool. But as I
So
said
why are you
again,
asking me what they
But no,
but as I
But-
said again, when you're introducing that young lady that you say you don't want a relationship with to your family members, now you're putting a whole other dynamic on the
Let
relationship.
me say this right here. You can't say
A
that.
lot of people do
Hold
that.
on.
You can't say that because guess what? A lot of married men take their fucking side pieces. Right,
exactly.
But let me tell
So
you.
you
but-
already know that's
Okay,
that.
and guess what? And when you do that, you cannot get mad at that young lady for feeling any damn type of way that she feels.
But you
Because
when
you
you do
put her-
stuff like
you
that,
put her in a
you
position
can't
to
get mad
feel
at
that
her.
way.
You get mad at
You put her
yourself.
in a position to feel that way.
Right.
No, because I say this. I got stuck in that situation for 4 years, and it went on for 4 years. And Darius knows what I'm talking about, because I actually picked up the phone and called him and said, "What am I doing?"
Right.
And he had to take me to a bar, sit me down, and say,
You knew what you were doing.
"You need no." What it was
You got lost in the sauce.
No, we established what it was and what it wasn't from the beginning, and I was there through 2 surgeries, children going wayward, and I was involved in so much stuff, and I felt like, oh, this is a relationship. I had met mama, stepdaddy, stepmama, stepdaddy, grandma, grandpa.
You
No,
were
tell
number
me,
7
tell me.
on the list.
Exactly. And hold
When those
on.
movements happen, you step back and look at it because the proof is
I was
always-
a
Yep,
side- I
and
was a
that
side
and
piece
see,
that met
hold
the mom
on,
and
but
daddy
see,
too.
but then I had to,
So
Darius
I
had to
understand.
really pull me back and
I
say,
was.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
But let me ask you-
Because
let me
hold
ask you-
on, because I started to lose myself in that person because I really was in my feelings and thought that he was
Yeah.
he really loved me. We were in a relationship. I was damn near living at his house. I was driving. Darius will tell you, I was driving 4 hours, working 12-hour shifts, driving 4 hours, going checking on him. Eric can tell you that even to this day, I still get kind of pulled in. He'll have to pull me back
I
and
was
say,
gonna say that.
hold up.
That is-
Hold up. We ain't going through this no more.
So
We ain't doing
I
this.
guess my
You
question
are
is,
a natural
you-
born no
Hold on.
nurturer is what you want.
Yeah,
But you
and
need to
see,
learn
I
how to
had to
nurture.
learn how to stop. And
Yes,
see,
everybody.
Darius had to
And
talk
they
to me
make
about
me
that,
think.
and like Trina had to talk to me about that. I had to learn how to stop being so loving, so giving, so nurturing. Because I was like, Eric, I had girlfriend vibes. I gave this man
swear.
everything. To the
Listen.
point where I lost who I
That's
was.
a good question.
Listen.
where's his wife at the whole time?
He didn't have a wife.
See, that's why I got a misunderstanding.
Yes, he didn't have
Because
a
you
wife.
were just talking about the husband.
Some of us are
And then you
natural.
said, I thought he had a wife, so that's my apology.
Givers, you trying to take care of yourself. Yeah.
So how do you turn that trade off when you're so used to doing it? Because
you don't turn it off.
You don't turn it off.
You don't turn it off. You understand when you become knowledgeable and you listen to when
Can I speak of the male side piece?
No. Come on, male side piece.
As the male side piece, when I would mess with the woman who had to do, you just want my fun. I'm just your fun. I don't expect nothing from you. Nothing.
But let me touch on this though. Like you just saying.
Well, Mama, I don't have no
Can
time.
I say something that's and y'all might hit me?
But for me, like the two of them will tell you, I had to learn, and I'm still learning, not necessarily how to not be nurturing, but how not to be nurturing to the wrong people.
That's it.
No, you better understand what their person value is.
I had to learn when to turn it on and when to turn it off.
It has to be
You might be
Because
hurt.
I even caught myself recently with the
mechanic.
person I'm dealing with
You,
now.
that's what you gotta
I
understand.
became too
As soon as
nurturing.
you do that, you'll be
Even
alright.
though he gave me my apology yesterday, but I had to learn how to not be nurturing.
Lord, did she just
Why are we talking
I
about
had
Cut
to
that
learn
out.
how to not be nurturing. I had to cut. Wait,
Okay.
I had to learn when to cut it off.
It's just like going to school. You
Yep.
have to graduate into it.
'Cause it's
When you
hard.
house it, I can have it. You can see it on the shelf.
Right.
You
That don't mean you
qualify
gonna
for
touch
back
it.
there.
That don't mean you
qualify
gonna
for
do it.
Okay.
So what you get is a cheeseburger. It's a French fry. I'm gonna go over here and
Right.
say,
You understand what I'm saying?
I want to do until you get to that level.
Because
Yes, you
I
can.
feel like because I like
I
this
like
person,
to
he's showing interest.
Oh,
I
let
gotta
me
give
take-
him
yes.
1% of me.
Yes.
You don't
Hell
get
to the
it.
I
no.
like to eat too, but I
That
can't
stuff
take
is set up
one.
on
You
deposit
can't do
now.
something.
Okay.
You
It's set up on deposit. It's all.
And that's true. Like,
You have insufficient funds to complete this request, sir. It's
And
not.
look, I think
in order
I
to
did that, I did
restore,
that.
they need to
Not a
deposit.
fun day,
If
I
they
like
haven't
that.
deposited into you, they shouldn't be taken away from
Yeah.
you.
Listen,
And
that's
And you
I'm
know
done.
what? And I speak for myself. I think that's the weakness part of me, is that I am so nurturing, and so I feel like when I give, I don't expect to get back what I give, because I
But you
understand
want it to be
people
appreciated.
aren't me, and they're not going to give me what I do. I get that,
But you want to be appreciated.
but I want to be appreciated. I don't want to
Yeah.
be taken for granted.
Right.
And I find myself a lot of times, even when me finna go through a divorce now, I feel like throughout the 5 years within my marriage, that I have gotten him where he needs to be now. And so now you like, I don't need it no more.
So let me ask you a question then. Do we think we come to people's lives for certain things? Or
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we
I
do.
will say.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do.
absolutely.
And a lot of times we're
Yeah,
not honest
absolutely.
with ourselves about what it
That's
is.
what he said.
I don't be mad about no
Pat yourself
breakups.
On the back and always look at it like that.
Thank you
because
for your
I'ma tell
time.
you, I did
You
just
were
be
appreciated.
being
I
me
learned
being
some shit.
happy. So
And
I
I-
see you at your best, and I
Peace.
know I done contributed to you. You ain't gotta never say my name because I know what you used to be.
Oh, but
That's
that,
way different than you
And-
ever telling, like me feeling like, oh my God, I've helped them, and they move forward. Just like I can help you, I can save 100 more. Bring them on.
Right.
You have to change your mindset.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
it hurts. Don't
Definitely.
get me wrong, but at the same time, I've gone through it for so many years. You realize you have a power, you have a gift. So if I can turn this daggone water into wine, like Jesus did, so we.
I tried that.
I'm with that.
When-
90% of the women I dated, they was in a better position after we dated. I promise you that. They
And
make
that's
way
what
more
y'all
money.
want.
They do all that.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
you gonna go up.
So this is the question. This
You
is
gonna
the
go up.
question. This is the question that I had, and like I said, y'all, please don't hit me. Why is it that when you have a counterpart, they will be more honest in the relationship they're building with the side piece than they will with you? Do you understand if you gave me that honesty that you telling her when she know my work schedule, when she knows, you understand?
You know why?
You know what I'm saying? So she know, because you want her to know how to move, when she can stop by the house and drop your lunch off, or when you can see her over at the park next to your job.
There was something there's something lost in the relationship.
You know what it is?
You need to be that
You know what it
honest
is?
There's something
in your
lost in the
Let me
relationship.
tell you what that issue is.
He's on
That
communicating.
side pieces is counseling.
Let me
Yep.
tell- I can
It's
be.
somebody he feels
But
like
if
he
men-
can go to and talk. And hold on, it feels like she's somebody he can talk to and tell his issues that he got going on. He feels like she will actually listen to him.
But
20.
being
They
that
feel like
The 20.
that's at 20.
They
That's,
feel-
that's
but
what,
they feel
that's
like
what
they
I want
can't-
to talk about.
that's
80-20 right now.
But the
They
thing
can't-
is, they
feel like
should
they
be
can't.
able to.
But you would think.
No, but
they
sometimes
But
your
it goes,
woman,
it goes the thing with
sometimes
you
your woman
it goes
can't
the thing that you
communicate
have to
right.
ask
For
yourself
her
too.
whole point, real quick, and I'm gonna have to back because I know they're about to say it. Go ahead.
Here's the thing you have to ask yourself too. Why was my
Easy
man not
going.
able to come in and talk to me about this?
Bam. Bam.
Okay. Oh, I know. I used to be a horrible communicator. What?
Oh yeah.
So you
I
know
was
what
shut.
the problem was.
No.
At the time,
no.
she didn't.
At the time, I did not because I'm
said now
only
that
doing.
you've grown.
Oh, now that I've grown, yes, I do. I used to be a horrible communicator, but my thing is because I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, look, check this out. Like you, not quite love you, lust you a lot, but. Want to mess with, like,
Ain't
I'm
no
cool with seeing you Tuesdays through Thursdays and we can kick it every other Saturday.
Oh,
but I need you to know that if my homie John called me, we going to get these shrimp on Monday. And I need you not to be upset about it because I'm telling you.
So
That's the communication I need back.
Let me ask you one question. When you were younger, were you that same person?
Yes, when I was younger because I was the captain of the basketball team. What are you talking about?
You don't find that a lot.
I was captain of the basketball team. I was a player.
You're not finding a man a lot, but as you grow, you start learning it's better to communicate with a person, be honest with a person. You'll get more respect out of the situation.
I am always honest.
As a man, we don't understand it. When we're younger, guess what the first thing we see as Janet Jackson said, the poo nanny. So we trying to keep that poo nanny around. So we're going to say whatever we need to say.
But you get to a point where you're past that.
Once you get older, that's what I'm saying. You got to grow.
You got to get older.
So is a side piece or normal now?
Is it who?
Is it the new norm?
Side
piece has been around for forever.
No, because side pieces, the way they doing these side pieces, they don't even do them right because they got too much access to the main house. And they jump out of their spot a whole lot. You understand what I'm saying? They jump out of their spot a lot because they have
not
people
necessarily,
allowing
they just
them
don't
to
care.
feel that way. But what I'm learning,
it may not be in the streets to affect your home, bruh.
I don't know if I can say this on camera, but as my grandma would always say, you do not eat where you shit.
Exactly. But hold on. Men have safety nets nowadays. They keep them safety nets.
Might have that family at home.
We were friends.
Sometimes safety nets just stay there, bro. They will not leave it to
You don't come here.
It don't matter what you do.
There's one thing you can always do.
She will not leave you alone, no matter what she dare.
In the beginning, like if I'm talking to somebody, I might have like a plethora of like women
A
around.
plethora?
A plethora.
I'm not a plethora.
But if I meet somebody that I want to be with, then every last one of them cut off, so there's no side piece. So I expect you to have no side pieces either.
But you know, you
have really spoken something because in my current situation, that was one thing that we had to have an understanding too. It's like, hey, we gave times that I ain't no fool, you ain't no fool.
Yeah.
You got this particular time, you take care of that over there. I'm gonna take care of this over. Now on this particular date, like on the goddamn when your rent due, your mortgage due, your car note.
I'm gonna need you to be fully present and ready to handle what it is.
And if you not anything else after that, that's a failure on your behalf. So when I do what I need to do, you don't
can't get upset
because you forfeited the agreement. But that has to be
So when mine came back from Chicago, that was the talk. Hey, look, I got this chick. I've been with her for almost 4 years. I know you got your dude you were with. Here's the rule: if we move in together, nobody that we've ever dated or been intimate with can call our house.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Point blank. If you willing to do this, you got to cut off dude. I'll cut off my chick. And probably about a week later, she moved back from Chicago. That's it. Now we're looking at 15 years later. But we had that.
But you had that conversation.
But here's the thing.
It was established.
To piggyback on what Eric said, when you first start talking to somebody, we all know that you already have somebody else on the side.
That ain't always true.
But it's not always true.
We'll say it's the 80-20.
You're just conversing. They're not on the side. Why are we talking about on
Not
the
the side.
Right.
You're dating multiple people, entertaining multiple people.
You're
But once you start getting to know that person, you say, oh, this is the person I want to be exclusive with. You make that decision with them. But the thing that we're running into now, people are so holding their past against other people, they don't let that shit go because they won't have that fall.
That's true.
And the other person,
no wild card.
We are
like I said, every woman already knows. Look, you might be with that woman right now. She got the next naughty in line if you fuck up.
You really believe that? Because it's not always true. Because I don't be doing that.
I They already got that next person.
I might keep a basket of eggs. I'm not going to pay. But they might have soon.
You don't want to put them all in the same one in case they
What
a man got the next one too.
But if you got a next one,
everybody have options.
How do you get
Everybody.
or heal
Man,
from what you're currently in.
And that's why I said, because the thing that you have to stop, the thing we have to stop doing in relationships is holding what happened in our past against that next person. Because when you hold that, that's when you keep that side chick on that next person in line. Let's not say side chick, because you're not dealing with them, but you know you can make that phone call because you know how that person feels about you. Until we get to the principality of stop simply thinking something's gonna happen and let that shit go.
Just let it go.
Right.
But we are so bad that we stick in that same
So
time.
let me ask you this real quick before Darius chimes in. Let me ask you, do you do that?
Do I do what?
Do you hold your past relationships to your new relationship?
I don't know. And I had to learn that.
Now.
I had to learn
How
that.
long did it take you?
It took growth.
Right.
Let me tell you something. I can tell you this right here. I've been in 3 relationships in my life. Serious relationships, committed relationships. The first one I was too young. The second one I really didn't want to be there, but I tried to be a grown man about a situation.
Okay, all right, grown man.
The third one, I put all my eggs in the situation where everything fucking go. Guess what happened to me?
You got shitted on.
But that's part of the experience.
And it's part of the experience. But guess what? I don't hold that against her. I appreciated it because it taught me that I could actually be committed to somebody without doing other stuff. So guess what the next one's gonna get? She's gonna get the better end of Nakima because Nakima's learned a lesson.
Right.
From what he got the other time.
But Kima, to your point, when you were saying why is it that they have somebody already on the side? Because that's that person that they've been talking to during their relationship, providing.
That's what I'm talking
and
about.
they're giving up a piece of themselves.
That's what I'm talking
when
about.
When they go to a new relationship, I'm good because you already know my truth.
Exactly.
That's why
give that same truth and give that same energy in the relationship that you're in, because you never know, the truth that you carry may resonate so well with me, and both of our truths, we'd be like, this is gonna work. Stop trying to sit there and have, you know what I'm saying, this situation and trying to sneak and hide, because if I start sneaking and hiding, it's gonna be a whole bunch of unhidden stuff, and you gonna want to fight me.
And ain't no magic calculator.
And I'm gonna fight you back. Everything is gonna be shut down.
Ain't no magic.
The only thing I say is just don't give nobody no dose of medicine that you ain't ready to take yourself.
Please. If you're not gonna communicate about it, if you're not gonna talk about it, if you're not gonna keep it 3,000 with me and what it is that we're doing, if I choose to go off of my intuition based on how you acted and I begin to act accordingly, don't come at me and ask me nothing about why I did.
Let me ask you a question though. You say because you base off your intuition, you actually had a conversation with that person, let them know the issues that you have.
Yes, because that's something that I had to learn how to do in an effective manner. Because
and that's what I'm saying.
I used to be.
That's good. Because at the end of the day, if you just sit like, you never know what the person has going on. In society today, people have so many things running through their mind. It might not even be anything about them doing anything else. They just might be messed up in the head at the moment. They might have some mental stuff.
But communicate that though.
But you know,
communicate
that though.
Because when I don't know, I can't help you with, or neither can.
Let's think about this right. As a black
but you
man,
gotta keep it honest though.
As a black individual, I'm gonna say women and men, we gotta have a lot on our plate. We don't want to seem weak by talking about that type of stuff.
But what makes you?
But why do you have to feel weak with the person that is your significant other?
You know why you feel weak? Because it's what you've been taught.
But you should be able to be vulnerable with
that person.
Yeah, sometimes people don't give you safe emotional spaces either.
But in that situation, I get it. But if you do have somebody where you have a safe haven, be there with me. So therefore, hey, if you need to cry, let me cry with you. If you need my shoulder, let me lean.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you need my shirt, wipe your tears, let me give it to you.
What we talked about earlier, though. Women want a nice guy and a thug guy. A woman that wants a thug guy don't see no man crying on her shoulder.
That's not.
Some don't. I'm not saying everybody. Some don't want to see that.
But
so you feel like you don't have that safe
but wait a minute. That's what I was about to say. But I also want a man that's emotionally connected.
No, I do.
Because because you telling me that you don't have any emotions or nothing bothers you or you're good. You're not Superman. I'm not saying you have to break down and cry and but whatever it is you're going through, you can express that to me, my love.
But I might need to cry.
And if you do, then cry. That's fine.
But why is it so hard?
But you just said you want to.
I'm saying you don't. No, I'm saying no. I said you don't have to sit there. It may not always be an occasion where you're.
But why is it so
it's not
hard
always
for you to,
that.
But why is it so hard for you to cry in front of me?
But you'll cry to somebody else.
It ain't hard for me. I cry for the movies.
Y'all understand when you talked about earlier that man bottling up?
Yeah. I mean, I always get it.
And him being an asshole?
Yes. Is that
might be his crime.
Okay.
It might be
We're going somewhere.
Okay, we gonna give you that one right now. We gonna give you that one right now.
So let me say something. I had a man recently who told me that it was very hard for him to be emotionally available because to the fact that he's not used to people being so genuine to him. And I felt like his asshole and some timiness, now that you say that, I can see that now. You
So it's a defense mechanism.
It's a defense mechanism.
Yeah. It's not fail safe. It's not saying.
So Eric, are you like that? I mean, so wait a minute. Are you emotional? Because I feel like as a business partner sometimes that you're not emotional.
No, because you get on my nerves. So
But you get on my nerves. You know. But that's a whole different topic.
Are you vulnerable in your relationship?
But are you vulnerable?
I am more vulnerable now than I've ever been with anybody.
Okay.
Only because
I'm so proud of you right now.
The reason is only because I learned from past relationships, right? That I didn't let somebody know something, and the time that I felt like it needed to be expressed. Right.
So what is the longest relationship that you have been in?
Why you going personal questions?
No, it's not personal.
It's fine. I have never been in a relationship no longer than a year. So technically speaking, I have never been.
You do realize you won't even get the truth of who that person is till probably about that second year, unless she's like Aisha, she's just real off the rip. It takes a while for people to show that.
That's why I asked that.
But she said that she was real off the rip. It's hard to get that out of anyone.
No, because listen, because I have so much going on in my life that I cannot give you a fake version of myself. You gonna get happy Ish. You gonna get busy Ish. You gonna get broken down, crad sign Ish. Because those are all. I don't got time to be hiding that no more. Either you rock with it or you don't. Period.
Guess what though? It took both out of you.
Yeah, but it takes growth. But
it took me almost going to jail out of me.
But
I'm gonna tell you this though. It also takes going through a bad situation like a bad marriage. Because I'm telling you, I went through the marriage from hell. And that one over there know that. I went through a marriage that was like, oh my God.
It's not even just it's a bad, it could be a relationship.
But I got to the point where I didn't have a choice but to grow.
Yes.
And this one over here actually took me to Applebee's. I don't know if you remember this. And told me, if you gonna do this, you gonna have to grow from this. Because if you don't grow from this, the next poor person is going to pay for this.
Yes.
And he even told me before you
and I've done that.
Matter of fact, he wouldn't even let me get into a relationship until I had grown from that. And
I have bled on people that did not.
I had to really grow, or I was gonna hurt somebody.
Listen,
I was gonna show love. I'm gonna tell you, and he'll tell you because he told me. He said, "You know what? You cannot get in a relationship because I'm telling you what you're gonna do. You are ruthless. When I'm in that mood, like I like to joke, play, and have fun, but he'll tell you, oh, I was gonna drag somebody. Like you gonna go to jail.
Affect me that much.
And no, because I was hurt, and he knew that I had to grow past what I had been through. Like I really had to grow. So the auto lease that you see now has snapped into a calm, cool version of myself, and I'm to the point now where it's all about companionship. I'm to the point now where it's not about being in a relationship, having my daddy walk me down the aisle, figure it all out, setting all these boundaries. Because I used to be the boundary chick and the expectation chick. I used to have expectation after, and if you didn't pass the test, you had to get the hell on.
Nigga was finna smash you.
Yeah, exactly. And so I had to learn to set some boundaries because if I did, wasn't gonna be no magic carpet rides. Like seriously, man, I'm trying to tell you, but so
I've been listening to all them expectations, like
exactly, and that's what I got to the point. Yep, and that's what I got to the point.
You was gonna jump up and down on her. That's what.
You
you gonna jump out the door? He jumping out the door.
Oh, okay.
He jumping out the door. Okay. I'm just saying though, like communication has to get. I mean, like you really, because if you look at the definition of vulnerable, that's a scary word.
Dude, yes it is.
And that's one situation I'm dealing with a chick now because she's not young, inexperienced, obviously. That's what I'm talking about, like the whole patient side, like
a whole damn decade, damn near.
So and I say this, Eric, and I'll stick to it. You gotta introduce the spiritual side too.
Yes, Lord.
When you find that lady, you gotta have that part. Because if you're not rooted in Christ, brother, I'm gonna tell you, man, that thing go any kind of way. There's nothing more powerful than being in a relationship with someone and being able to take. And it's the hardest thing to do. Because even as long as Tiff and I've been together, it's still hard to just grab her hand and say, like, look, let's go pray about this. I might say my prayer quietly or off to myself, but when you begin to become that guy with those girlfriend vibes, you will see your life going a totally different direction. You think it's going great now? Man, just wait.
See, that's based on this right here too. In any relationship, you have 4 levels to it.
Okay,
And
come
you
on
got
with
to
the
focus on
levels.
those 4 levels.
Okay.
I think
You got to be able to touch on emotionally,
Look, can I get a light on that?
mentally,
Yes, emotionally.
Spiritually.
Yes,
Right.
and physically. Don't.
If you can't touch on all those levels, your relationship might be in trouble. As it
Oh,
is.
that's
And
what
one
we're
of
going
the
to talk
big-
about
and
next
one-
time.
And one of the biggest ones
That's
about
what
that
I'm
is
talking
what Darius just talked about. You can't have a spiritual relationship with somebody because you got to put everything in God's hands
Yep.
and let God make that work out.
Okay,
You
let me
can't do
tell you
that,
something.
You're not gonna win.
I used to believe fervently of putting it in God's hands and
Okay.
praying about it, and then I became more like Angela. Although I'm going to put it in God's hands, I'm going to take a little bit of it off because I know he got the whole world in his hands, and I don't want him carrying all my baggage, so I'm going to handle this situation real quick. I got this piece, Jesus. Don't worry about it, Lord.
Hey, don't you touch that prisoner no more. Don't you touch that prisoner.
No, but you're absolutely right.
Right.
It does have to be spiritual. So I think we have some stuff to pick up on next time. I just know for me,
So-
my whole thing is communicate with me, because if not,
that's
see,
your word of advice.
Aisha communicates well.
That's your word of advice.
Dre shoots first and asks questions after the fact. Oh, my bad. You wasn't cheating. I'm sorry, bro.
All right, so word of advice. Word of advice. I'll leave what you got.
So give your all in your relationships, whatever, and communication is key. I don't care what age you are, but remember, you cannot raise nobody.
I don't give a darn about all that fancy stuff. Communicate with me whether it's good or bad. Let me know up front. Don't have me out here on a hope and a dream and then you switch it up, because
That's switching it up for the team.
you know what I'm saying? That's when I'm gonna have to switch it up too. You gonna catch a lot. You communicate in the beginning
Let me ask you.
Amen.
and every
Hey,
stage. You gonna pray for
You
me?
got some IQ in you?
I don't. You know, I went to therapy for that. I got help for my.
Ain't nobody
Sheena, what you got, Sheena?
I'm just stuck on this part right here. I'm sorry.
Hey, cause I'm a swing. Hey, you got to be loose in your shoulders so you can turn over when you connect. You got to connect and turn off. Yes.
Consistency is key. Communication is key. And love your spouse. And learn your spouse's love language.
Amen. I like that.
Got your
Come on.
Jesus will.
Oh my God.
Hey, man. Hey,
But no, for real.
Look, Trinity, what I did last time when I said just keep going.
No, like for real though. Aim for understanding. Not just understanding for your partner, but understand for you.
Yes.
If you understand who you are,
I like
you'll
that.
be able to attract more of.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna always work.
I
But
swear.
then
it's
you'll
not.
understand. But understanding.
All right. Jamal, what you got?
Expectations without communication leads to failure.
Can you say that again?
Expectations without communication leads to failure.
Somebody put that on the t-shirt so we can pass it
You
out.
know,
Go on.
that's his motto.
Come
though.
on,
He
sir.
says that.
That's the motto.
I say y'all grown folks that are single, just
Hang in there.
stop playing.
Amen. Stay strong.
Just stop playing. People playing real. Some people play this game for blood. So
Right, they-
Yeah. Who you
And-
telling? Who you telling?
I don't play for blood. I play for keeps.
but real
Like,
talk,
what
man,
happened to you in that moment?
right? But you can't go around and keep hurting folks and think there's not gonna be a blowback. on
That's
them. So
right.
you gotta
Oh,
keep
yeah.
it- it's-
Oh, you
Come
said
on,
that
it's
one.
what?
Who you telling?
You
Who
said that
telling?
one. Come on.
I say,
Right.
like I just spoke about, when you're in a relationship with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
make sure you connect with that person on all 4 levels.
Yes.
If you don't connect on all 4 levels, it's doomed from the beginning. You need that mental aspect, you need that emotional aspect, you need that spiritual aspect, you need that physical aspect. You lacking in one, you pass the 80-20 rule.
There you go.
Come on.
That.
Go ahead. That was some knowledge. Come on now. That must be that cognac. No, that's that cognac. That's that old man with it. That's the cognac.
You know, it's not because we are having these
Yeah.
conversations all the
No,
time.
we do.
Yeah,
We do.
yeah.
We do.
All right, come on, sir.
So, come on,
Come
sir.
on, young sir.
Come on, sir, so I can close it out now.
Tiffany,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I done said everything now. Yeah.
Ain't no girlfriend vibes, right?
Nah.
Ain't no magic
Only
carpet
when you
ride,
mean them.
and ain't no more
Only-
season
only-
passes.
Use your powers for good and not
Yes.
evil. Trust me. When you out here using your powers just because you know you got them, you be, oh shoot, don't go outside because they parked right there. I told you.
It be kind of fun though. I ain't gonna lie.
It is. It's the danger of it. It's the thrill of it. It's the, ooh, can I get away with it? I did. I'm sorry.
They said it all. We good. We out.
All right, we out, y'all.
We'll talk to y'all next time.